Hi, my name is Anthony Wachira. I'm in advertising and I'm 32 years of age.
Hi, my name is Brenda Naomi Ocheng Wachira. I am a PR consultant. I do autism advocate. I'm an autism advocate, sorry, and I also have a business, Whimsy Wonders. I sell kids' clothes, and I'm a wife and a mother.
So we've met for in 2011. That's the first time we ever met. Had started a conversation. So it started off like a call because we met through a mutual friend. So I called her. We had a long discussion. I think all through the night, if I remember, all through the night. Then it ended with me promising her pizza date. But I went offline for like 2 days. Then when I called her back, that's when we set up a date, and she reminded me about that pizza date. And up to today, I'm still being harassed over that pizza date. It never died. Yeah.
I remember the first day we met in person at Kenya Cinema. There was this base that was so popular with hot dogs. So I was shy. I was afraid of it. Like we had talked and all that, we vibed, but I was still shy. I was nervous. So I remember I went with my friend. He's sadly passed away recently, but I remember telling my friend Ken, like, I'm going to meet this guy. It's a date, but I'm very nervous. And being the protective person that he was like, "Oh, okay, no problem. Let me take you. Make sure that the person you're meeting, you're good, you're secure, you're protected. Then I can go." So when he got to Kenya Cinema, I'm outside the door. He's inside.
And I didn't come alone.
He's inside. So I'm like, "Great, Ken, just go and peep." Just because Ken didn't know how he looks like. So I was like, "Just go and peep. You just see somebody who looks like he's waiting for somebody. Then you tell me, if you see such a person, just come and tell me." He went inside, peeped, came back outside. He's like, "Yeah, well, there's somebody who looks like he's waiting for somebody, but there's somebody else with him." I'm like, "Oh boy." So I call him. I say, "I'm outside." Comes outside. Sure enough, he came on a date with somebody.
It was my best
He came on a
friend.
date with somebody else. So Ken leaves. I'm left with two people. And the person who's even asking me more questions is the person he came with. Not even him, it's the person he came with. I'm like, okay, this is an interrogation, but okay, no problem. We finish off, then he finally buys me this pizza, the forever pizza that was not happening. Finally, he buys me the pizza. We take a walk down all the way to Allianz and all that. We're talking, we're getting to know more about each other. And yeah, that was our first date.
Yeah.
And it went on like that. The relationship grew. And yeah, it went from friendship, dating, then now the proposal. My first impression. Okay, he was handsome. He is still handsome. He is handsome. He was handsome and easy to talk to. Like, you know how when you're talking to certain people, you kind of filter what you're saying. But with him, the conversation flowed. We had fun. He cared about what I cared about. Yeah, so it was a vibe.
Beauty. She was very beautiful, and she was very confident in the way how she stood, her character, how she spoke. That was interesting to me because no one was with such confidence would approach me as much, because I was always this shy boy, never talking to people. Some say even I have like an angry face for some weird reason. Up to date, people tell me that I'm unapproachable, but she was very confident. She was easy to talk to. And the reason why I even had my pal there was so that that impression of me does not come off as much. Yeah. So yeah, I really liked how she was as an individual.
I knew he was the one when I first, because During the first few months of dating, he wanted to settle down. He was like, I want to settle down. I feel like you're the right person. So at that time, I was still in school. So I told him, not high school, university. So I told him, no, I'm not ready right now. Wait for 5 years. Then we can have that conversation. And he actually said yes. So it was shocking to me. I was like, okay. During that time, no, it's not easy to find a guy who's going to tell you, okay, I'll wait for you for 5 years. Ash, it's on to the next. You're not ready. Bye.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I like that about him. And from that moment, I was like, okay, I see something in this guy that's different from anybody I dated before. So, this is what taking the risk. So, yeah, sure enough, he waited for 5 years.
It was a long wait. It wasn't easy. We had so many dates, had how many meetups? So many of them.
Yeah, so many.
So many of them. But I never gave up hope because I knew at some point I would marry her. At some point we'd have kids, build our life, and we'll be okay. So the thing that stood out to me about her was her kindness, and most of the family members I've interacted with say that she's one of the kind-hearted person that I know, and she was always ready to help out wherever she could. Always, she never excused herself from anyone. Even when someone did her wrong, she would still find a way to forgive them and actually help them out. So that's one thing that I really admired, and it helped me have a bond with her because I've never seen a woman who was like that in a way, because most of them would be a bit selfish, and I found her to be very, very, very kind and wanting to be there for me. Even when I went through tough times, when I was broke, she was always there to pick me up. When I had an issue, she would listen to me and actually give me advice on what I could do. Yeah. So that's why I really wanted to marry this woman.
What stood out for me when we were first dating was how much of a good listener he is, because I can talk. I can, I can talk, but he listens. Even if my stories, crazy, a bit crazy, he still listened. And just the way he was so involved in my interests, like what you want to do, how can you get from point A to point B in the things that you want to achieve. That one to me meant a lot, because at that particular time I was trying to figure out the direction my life is going to take. So anybody who was interested in that part or that aspect of my life, bonus points. Yeah.
The proposal was an interesting thing because I wanted to combine it with her birthday. And what had happened was I needed to involve people that she cared about and people who loved her the most, and which was her brother and her sister, and a few of my friends who've gotten to see who she is. So I took her around for a long time, a spin around the town, and the only thing that she knew was that we were having a birthday dinner for her, and it was only me and her. She didn't know that anyone was coming. So by the time we were arriving at the restaurant, she was really shocked to see her bro there, because that's not something that she would have expected, because I had told her it was only me and her, nothing else was happening. So when she sat down and they brought the cake, that's when I proposed to her. She had no clue of what was going on at that time. No clue.
Okay, we had set up a date. I already knew ahead of time we're going to have a date. It's my birthday, yay! Let's have fun. So I was all dressed up, hair made, all that. We get to town. This guy starts taking me around like there's no destination. Like we're just going around. You're visiting his friends at their workplaces. I started becoming angry. Like, and I was wearing heels at the time, so so I started getting annoyed. I'm like, if you're not going out for a date, let's just go home because I'm getting bored. First time was, I think we're in town around 2,
Yeah,
5 p.m. We are
2 p.m.
still making rounds. That thing was annoying. I feel like it's annoying me now. But he took me around the whole day. I'm in a dress, heels walking around.
You have to
So
make it exciting.
eventually he's like, okay, so now let's go. And then let's go. So we go to the restaurant, we go in, there's a section, he has booked a private section. Then I go in, I see my brother, my friends, his friends, sisters, and all that. Surprise. I stopped being mad for a second. Now I stopped being mad about that. Now I was mad, like, why would you guys tell me? Like, because everybody was acting weird, but at that time, I'm not picking up on it until later. Then I started picking up, and, okay, this guy was acting kind of weird. So I should have picked up on that at that time. So, that's cute. That's cute. Got down on one knee, which we had talked about for the longest, how when it gets to that time, you should get down on one knee, So, yeah, it was good. Because I don't like that being the center of attention, and it's in a restaurant. Everybody else knows there's a girl inside this section who has been proposed to. So when I'm walking out, it's kind of like, okay, it's weird, but I'm still happy. I have the ring. So it was nice. So I forgave him. It was nice. It was more than what I would have expected out of a proposal or my dream proposal type of situation.
Many people lack patience. When a lady tells you they're not ready to get married at this stage, you lack patience, but you're not considerate of who she is and what she wants to achieve in life. So that's one of the biggest takeout I can take for us dating during that period. And also understanding each other. Yes.
Yes.
So you don't understand me.
I do. Probably more than anybody. So my biggest lesson will be, don't be in a rush. The reason why I was telling him wait for 5 years was I wanted to see his character. What happens when he gets mad? What happens when he's happy, when he's sad? When he's pushed to the edge. Like, I wanted to see his true character before I jump in. I didn't want to find out later. Like, we go through the whole process, proposal, get married, and I'm now discovering your characters while we're married. No, that's why. So be patient. Don't rush. Get to know the person. The good side, the bad side, the ugly. Like, get to know the person.
2018, that's 2018. When we had our Russia, and it was an interesting journey because I've never been to those sides of I've never lived Nairobi, this other side of CI or something like that. So when we went there, the journey was interesting. The conversation that we had, the reception that we received at her place was very exciting. And I felt more accepted to the family. And I think the best thing that I loved about it was how their family is, how they are welcoming, how open-hearted they are. They don't judge, they don't criticize. They just want to know who this person is that is taking their daughter away.
I was nervous during that time when we had the rush show, because now this person is coming to. It's a yes, do or die. It's either they say yes and everything is good, or they say no and they start figuring out, okay, what's going to happen from this point on. And the thing that was making me nervous at that time was because during that whole engagement period, uh, after that same day when we got engaged, my brother was like, okay, you need to tell dad that you're engaged. Oh, I was like, oh, that's not supposed to happen. Yeah, I thought, okay, you go get engaged, then you go tell your parents, like, no. But that kind of put fear in my heart, because, okay, there was a process that was supposed to be followed. I wasn't aware. I was just so excited about all that. But I think my big brother, of course, he has to kind of tell me what needs to happen. So I still had that fear when we were doing the royal show, because in my mind, I'm like, okay, will my dad remember these things? And if he does, what's going to happen? But I was worrying, like, I had no basis for my worry really, because it turned out better than I expected. It was fun. They enjoyed.
Yeah.
Kisumu fast, 3 hours late, but they enjoyed. They enjoyed regardless. Like, my parents are very welcoming. There are no rules and all those, the stages that you have to go through, the frustrations, none of that. It was just fun. They had fun. It was almost like they knew each other for a very long time. They had so much fun. So, yeah, at the end of the day, we sat down and we were sitting with him. Like, when everybody else was just mingling, we're just sitting and like, so how did this day go for you? It was great. So how did it go for you? It was great. So then I asked him, so why were you 3 hours late? We got to Kisumu, we saw fish, we sat down, we took tea. I'm like, really?
It was an adventure.
But it was fun. It was better than I expected. And my parents were super cool. Everybody enjoyed themselves. I had friends who came from far to come and, attend the Aurora show. Yeah, I would do it again.
Yes.
At this point, after knowing what I know now, I would do it again.
Don't be late. That's the only difference. Come early.
What I'll do differently. Definitely follow the right process as far as the engagement. Yeah, I think that's just it. Yeah, that's the only thing. There's nothing else really that I felt like was amiss or like was done the wrong way. So yeah, just get my brother, who should have told you to go and ask for my dad, to ask my dad for my hand in marriage and all that. Yeah, but anything else, perfect. It was good. It was good. So Aurora show was in October 2018. Then we got married on 5th December 2020. The process of getting married, just from planning, nobody, I would never do that again. It's so frustrating, but the wedding day made it worth it. I had my gown made, customized by D&D Clothing. They did everything to my specification. Like, basically, I built that dress up from nothing. They were ready to listen to my opinion, what's your dream wedding dress and all that. So everything was on point. Of course, finding vendors. Anybody who has gotten married or done a white wedding, you know this. It is crazy. So yeah, I think we found the right people, and that made it an easier process, because it's more or less like Pride gave us their vendors, so it made it even easier as opposed to finding different vendors by yourself. But yeah, it was great.
Yes,
it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, the suit was tailor-made, and my best man was the one who introduced me to the tailor. He knew what he was doing in terms of the kind of suit that we wanted. Perfectly fitted, no one complained, no issues. And I think that's really a challenge, because most people complain about how their suits are made and issues that they've gone through with the tailor. So I think it's a blessing to us that our wedding didn't have too many issues, and also our best couple assisted as much as they could to keep us numb, so that we don't get those backlash of issues here and there.
I think every stage of the planning, especially with the bridesmaids and all that, I was very intentional in how I picked my bridesmaids. I wanted people who have played a key role in my life throughout the course of my life up to that particular moment. Whether it was a friend, a former colleague, a sister, like that, yeah. Different stages of my life. When I was a child, when I was a teenager, like that. So, yeah, it was very special. And the night before the wedding, I actually told them this. I told them, why haven't you guys asked me? Why? Why did I choose you guys to be my bridesmaids? And I explained to them so that it made sense, because it wasn't random. I wasn't just going to be, okay, you're my sister, okay, you're my friend, you're my cousin. It had to be something that really means a lot to me. You really have to have a special place in my heart to be in that role. Yeah. The team, the bridal team, complained about how slow my song was. That it took a long time for me to get from the door all the way to, yeah. So, but I love the song, and it was really deep. It was a rendition of, what is that song called? Elvis Presley's song.
Elvis Presley, yeah.
Yeah, song. So, walking down the aisle, I'd already pictured it. I wanted to actually walk by myself and then meet my parents halfway, but I felt like that would be taken the wrong way. So I decided to just do the traditional let's walk down the aisle together all the way. Yeah, I was nervous. Oh my god, I didn't even wear heels. I was so nervous I would trip or fall down. It should be on video. People are recording it to be on the, So I was nervous, but when I was walking down, the thing that was running through my mind was, finally, this day is here. Okay, everything looks great. Everything is on point. I hope this day goes well. Up to the time when I got up there to where my husband was standing with his people.
The biggest issue that I had was that it was during or after the aftermath of COVID, and us getting that opportunity to actually do our wedding on 2020 was a big thing, because remember back then it was about, we could only have like 50 guests in 2019, or even no guests at all. Then he agreed to up it to about 100 guests, and that was, it was satisfying for us in a way, because we had the opportunity to invite the people that we really wanted to be there. Because initially our plan was having like a big wedding with so many people, but
300.
Cutting it down to 50 is not, it's not an easy task. So when we were told 100, we were like, oh, at least the relief of us not hearing our parents complaining, why did you not invite this person? Why was he not there? Yeah, it was the highlight for us, because 2019 was a tough year.
And it's 100 including your bridal team.
Yes, that's the other thing.
So you're counting, you're making a list. You're like, okay, the bridal team already, 16 people out. So it was so frustrating making the list. Yeah. Because you leave out some people who you want there, but you have to kind of cut it down. So it's like, okay, you're my cousins, pick one person to represent the family. It was something.
But I think also something that helped was people are also nervous because of COVID. So people understood why we would need only 100 people in the wedding. So they accepted it very well. They didn't have any issues.
The MC surprised us with a random dance battle. We didn't even know. I spoke to this guy the day before the wedding. And we went through, like, we did a rundown of the events of a day. He did not mention a dance battle anywhere. Am I a good dancer? He's a good dancer. That was so unfair. And then his team has a bunch of great dancers as well. So I'm there trying to think of moves. Okay, which move did I see on YouTube? No.
Yeah.
But luckily, I had one girl, like one of my bridesmaids was a great dancer. So she kind of saved our side.
But we won, just admit.
Of course, you won. You're a bunch of dancers.
But the MC favored you.
Yeah, I'm the bride. It's a big change because you go from making your own decisions by yourself to now have to consult my husband before I do anything regarding everything. Even if you're just going to visit your friend, you have to, So things change. The things I would do when I was single, when before I got married, I can't do those things anymore. I can't just randomly go, stay out until I don't know what time and then come back. Nah. So it was. I had to adjust. So I do well. I tried. I adjusted, but yeah, I think after a while you get used to it. You have to respect your husband and all that, and decision making. You want things done your way. He wants things done his way. He's the head of the family. You have to respect the head of the family. So you have to calm down and just either find common ground, or I guess he wins because he's the head of the family. So.
I think the most challenging thing is understanding that you have someone else's emotions in your control. Like understanding how they feel, what they go through during the day when you're not there, taking care of the kids, understanding that she's also human, that not everything is solely on her, that I, as a guy, I have to pick up. And even what she affirmed, the fact that I'm no longer this by myself, the decisions are not mine alone. I have to always consult her, I have to always sit down with her and have understanding on what it is our plans are. So that's one challenge thing. And obviously there are those common challenge issues in the house. We might fight. How do we solve that? Do we go to bed angry at each other, or do we sit down and actually have a conversation? So that's the interesting thing about marriage. It has its ups and downs, but if you constantly communicate, if you think about each other when you're having that conversation, it works out. Yeah.
Mm. I actually learned that I'm OCD after I got married. Because he kept on pointing it out, like if I place something here, like just leave it there. If I'm eating something and you come and you eat off my plate, you can have it. I know.
Don't eat it.
You can have it. That's everybody. That's him, my kids. Even if you're my best friend, even if you were my twin, just have it. If I'm drinking something and you drink it, it's yours.
That's the one thing I discovered. I tasted that drink once. From that day, she never.
So I always ask him,
left
like,
him.
if I leave a drink and I'm kind of suspicious, like this level, it doesn't look the same. Did you drink? I asked him like 3 times. Did you
Yes.
drink? Put it on the Bible. Did you drink it? Did you drink it? Then I look at it. I kind of shake it. Then
There's another thing that I found very interesting. She likes taking out gas from the soda for some weird reason. Every single time, this is her shaking the bottle. removing the gas, shaking again, removing the gas. That's when she'll drink it.
Because it makes you gassy. So.
Really.
And I like
That's
to
the
drink my
part.
soda like water, so non-stop until it's over. So when you buy like the 2 liter soda, of course it's for the whole family. But I wait. The first person kind of pours the soda in the glass, then I shake the whole thing. I shake the whole thing, I release the gas, I shake it, I release, then I return it.
Very interesting. I'm goofy, right? I think that's one thing that I like about her. She accepts my goofiness. And that goofiness sparks some sort of fun times with her, because I know she won't take it. She'll be lighthearted with it. She won't take it seriously when I chokoza her a bit.
When we got married, we had a discussion about how we were going to make sure that the fire keeps burning. Because I remember I told him, I really value family, I value marriage. So I'm not getting married to get divorced. So we have to figure this thing out from point A. So we were very conscious about making time. In the beginning, we were very conscious about making time, spending time with each other, having date nights and all that. And then, of course, life got in the way. We got busy. Sometimes you don't even realize until you sit down and you ask yourself, okay, when was the last time we went on a date? Okay, we're going to go on a date this Saturday. Then you have to do something with the kids. So that is gone. And by the time you realize a year is already spent, you didn't really get to spend time. So it's never intentional. It just happens because I can't tell him, okay, don't work. Don't do the things that you need to do with the kids. He can't tell me, okay, don't do your thing, don't work, don't do business, So we can say we're figuring it out. We're trying to find out the best way to spend time together without taking away from anything else. We have 2 kids. Firstborn is a 5-year-old. Secondborn, 7 months, about to turn 8 months this month.
And it's with them, it's brought more family time. So we have set times on when we should spend time with the family. So it brings that bondness with every one of us. And for us, I think it's more of making sure that they also feel as if we are there, that we are not just busy with our own things, that they understand that we are their parents and they can do anything with us, whether it's playtime, whether it's watching a movie together, anything that they want, we will do with them.
I think the challenges that I would say we encountered are, which I consider to be a major issue in any relationship, communication. I'm more vocal. I say things like, if I'm angry, I say it. If I'm sad, I say it. He's more calm. Like I can come and vent, and he just be like, To a woman, that's like, So I learned how to accept how he is. But I was also encouraging him to tell me how you feel. I want to know. I might come and vent, and I don't know, maybe you're fighting your demons there, So tell me how you feel. Be more vocal. Be open. Because I came from a family where, if I'm sad, I talk to my mom. If I want this, I talk to my dad, I talk to my siblings. So I wanted that in my home, which I'm also doing with my kids. Like, just come and tell me if you're angry. Whether it's something bad or it's something good, which my dad used to say, just tell me whether it's bad or good there. Just come and share. Because I want to understand you. I want to walk in your shoes. So he's actually improving. He learned to accept me with my loudness and all that. So it's improving. So communication is very important. Without communication, I don't really think there's a lot of pretense. Yeah. And it's okay to fight once in a while. Not aimless fighting or just picking on each other. But if we are disagreeing or we have a disagreement, it means he told me how he feels. I told him how I feel. It's kind of clashing, but you gain understanding. It's like the calmness after the storm. Yeah.
The first thing, as she said, is communication. If you're not open with your partner, then you're doing the wrong thing. Because she's there to support you. She's there to figure out the issues and help you come out better than before. So that needs to be there. That communication needs to be there constantly, whether you are having a bad day, a good day, whether you are going through a tough situation at work or even with a colleague or someone. I vent it out to her, and with that, it has helped her understand who I am, understand what challenges I have, understand that some days I'll be good, some days I'll not be okay, and I'll only need her to be supportive of me. Yeah, so that's the key thing. What I love about you is that you understand me as a goofy guy, and you also love me as with all my flaws that I've had. And I appreciate the fact that you've actually changed me to be better in a good way, and I love you for
that. What I love about you and I appreciate about you is you really gave me the space and the time to go after my passion. And you really stood by me, you really supported me. Even when I told you, hey, I think I want a career change, let me go get this master's, you really supported me and you're all for it. And that in turn made it possible for me to go into that journey with my peace of mind. I also thank you for my wonderful children. And just the type of father you are to them and the type of husband you are to me. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Hi, it's the Wachiras, and this is our love story.